The Quest of Alayna, A Mythic Journey by Gaia Renee McLaughlin. I have arrived, I stated aloud to myself. I am now in the place I have sought, a place completely strange to me. And just as I spoke these words, I heard the sweet music of a wooden flute far off in the distance. I followed the wonderful sound and traveled nearly 2 miles before at last I drew near to its source. In a particularly lush place for this region, I spied a man sitting on a rock beside a small waterfall, playing a flute. But this was not a normal man. Dressed only in a loincloth, he had antlers on his head like a stag. I felt deeply drawn to this strange man, as a magical pull awakened within me I'd never felt before toward man nor boy. Yet I feared him as well, and so remained hidden from view behind my large rock. My heart pounded. I felt light-headed and enraptured by the music he played. Finally, after what seemed a long while, he laid down the flute and sat silently. Then, without so much as a glance in my direction, he said simply, "Well, are you coming out or not?" Startled by his awareness, I stayed perfectly still for several moments, holding my breath. He chuckled. "All right, have it your way. You can't hide forever. After all, you're hungry," he said. I knew by now it was impossible to creep back to my provisions without him knowing, so there wasn't much point in continuing to hide. "Well, are you coming out to eat or not?" he said, peering around the rock I had thought was hiding me so well. I looked up at him from the curled-up ball I'd gotten myself into and was completely stunned once again. He was beautiful. Somehow, despite their strangeness, the antlers on his head suited him perfectly. His hair was dark blonde, wavy and very long, reaching nearly to his waist. His eyes were green and brilliantly clear. His body long and supple and covered with fine dark hair. He was just so masculine. I sat there staring, with my mouth hanging open. Finally, with a slight smile, he reached out a hand to me, and I took it in mine. He gently guided me to sit down on a rock by the fire. "Thank you," I finally said quietly. "You are most welcome," he answered. "What is your name?" "Alayna," I returned simply. "Ah, the Moon Maiden. I wondered when you would come," he smiled gently. I didn't know what to say to this. It felt confusing, but it also felt true somehow. "Who are you?" I asked him. "I have many names, but you may call me Bakten. I am the spirit and protector of the forest and wild places of the earth, oldest surviving son of the great earth goddess, first mother of all life." "And what did you mean when you called me Moon Maiden?" I asked. "This is who you are, though I know you don't realize it yet. Just as the moon waxes and wanes through the ages, the Moon Maidens come and go. Now it seems it's time for you to come forth again. You have been gone long this time. I missed you, and it's good to look on you once more." This excerpt is from The Quest of Alayna by Gaia Renee McLaughlin, available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook forms. Get your copy now by clicking the link in the description below.